Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week, we chat with Indonesia's top men's pair, Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan, about going for gold in Rio. And we report on a special player development training camp held in Sydney, Australia.
First up from Indonesia, Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan.
Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan are two names synonymous with Indonesia badminton. The men's doubles duo had amassed numerous accolades, including a 5 World Superseries title haul and a World Championships crown in 2013, a year that saw them finish as world number ones in men's doubles. The following year was a bit of a roller coaster season for the pair, although they grabbed gold at the Asian Games and claimed the prestigious All England Open title. 2014 was mostly plagued by Ahsan's back injury. Disappointingly, the pair could not defend their world crown or any of the World Super Series titles. But in 2015, Ahsan and Hendra staged their comeback and showed their intent to the rest of the field by winning the Maybank Malaysia Open, a World Super Series premier event. And then came the big one in Indonesia. Inspired by the raucous voices of home supporters, the local heroes threw all their energies into reinstating themselves as world champions.
They've done it. A second world title for Hendra Setiawan and Mohammad Ahsan.
I was disappointed with 2014 because I was frequently injured. But finally, in 2015, we made our comeback when we became world champions. I felt delighted, even though we didn't do well at some of the tournaments before that.
And the pair finished 2015 with a bang at the season-ending tournament in Dubai, reclaiming the World Super Series finals crown they won 2 years earlier in Malaysia. So, all in all, 2015 was quite a successful year for Indonesia's top men's pair. But the two-time world champions were modest about their achievements.
We are very grateful. We are the world champions again, and also the champions in Dubai. But we have to continue to improve ourselves so that we can win more titles.
Currently, all our opponents are very strong. We've not only lost to the Koreans and the Chinese, but also to players from Hong Kong and Denmark. We need to stay focused. Regardless of whether the pairs are higher ranked than us or not, we have to stay competitive and be prepared all the time.
The pair carried their winning momentum into 2016. They got onto the winner's podium at the Thailand Masters and played a crucial role in Indonesia's victory at the Badminton Asia Team Championships in Hyderabad, India. Ahsan and Hendra's wealth of experience at the top level was also called upon at the recent Thomas Cup. Together with veteran Tommy Sugiarto, the duo guided a young Indonesian squad to the final day of the prestigious men's team event. Although Denmark spoiled the party for the 13-time champions, Ahsan and Hendra are satisfied with the team's performance and are heartened to know that the country's legacy in men's singles and doubles is in good hands.
The next generation of men's doubles looks promising. After us, there are Angga and Ricky, and then there are Kevin and Gideon. I hope they will work hard so that they can become champions.
As with the doubles, the future of the singles players is very good as well. They need to continue to improve, even though they are still young and are already good players. They have to continue to work hard as they have a long journey ahead.
Both Ahsan and Hendra know firsthand about hard work and commitment. It's what got them to where they are today. Ranked number 2 in the Race to Rio rankings, there was never a doubt that Indonesia's top men's pair will make the cut for the 2016 Rio Olympics. The multi-event competition is nothing new to them, Ahsan was the 2012 London Games quarter-finalist with Bona Septano, while Hendra was the 2008 Olympic champion with Marcus Guido in Beijing. Indonesia has a proud history in men's doubles. Rexy Mayanaki and Ricky Subakja won the gold at the 96 Atlanta Games, while Tony Gunawan and Chandra Wijaya clinched theirs in Sydney 4 years later. There are high hopes for the world number twos to bring gold to Indonesian soil once again, and the boys are not letting the pressure get to them.
Jadi juga kita nggak mau terlalu ambisi berlebihan juga nanti.
We don't want to think too much about it, as we don't want to affect our concentration. Whatever the outcome, we just need to be prepared. Our opponents have always been very strong, so we always need to work harder, train harder, especially now that there are a lot of younger players who are fresh and energetic, and we need to keep up with them. We just continue to focus on our training and make sure we work hard and keep improving.
Kita nggak bisa lari juga, mungkin kita juga ada persiapan buat kita sendiri aja.
With the Summer Games just around the corner, preparations are heating up for Indonesia's #1 male tandem. In keeping with tradition, Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan will of course be aiming for the sport's biggest prize. And we know that they are more than capable of achieving it.
Ini kan 4 tahun sekali, jadi emang sekarang.
Since it's once in 4 years, we will definitely go all out and give our very best. No one knows what will happen in 4 years' time, if we are still playing or not. So now we give our best in our performance and leave the rest to God.
Mungkin dan hasil biar Allah yang ngatur, Tuhan yang.
Barcelona, because my parents like Barcelona team. I choose both because sometimes I like to drink coffee with my friends, and sometimes almost in the evening I take tea. Bungee jumping because I like the adrenaline when I jump. World peace because I don't like to watch on TV when we are in a war. Depends the moment, but I prefer a man with a good body.
It's time to test your badminton knowledge. In this week's trivia, we want you to guess who these two players are. We are siblings. We finished 2015 as the world #1. We won our first World Superseries title in 2015. This should be an easy one. We'll reveal the answer after the break. When we return, we report on the efforts of Oceania Badminton to nurture young players at the recent World Superseries event in Australia. Before the break, we asked you to guess who these two players are. We are siblings. We finished 2015 as the world #1. We won our first World Superseries title in 2015. The answer is Luo Ying and Luo Yu. 2014 was a breakthrough year for the women's doubles pair from China. The Luo sisters claimed the Badminton Asia Championships title, and consistent latter stage finishes saw the twins climb from 55th in the world rankings to an impressive 3rd by the end of the year. If 2014 was a defining year for the sisters, 2015 was a stellar one for the pair. The Chinese twins marked the start of the year, winning their first World Superseries title at the Malaysia Open and rounded off the season with victory at the Dubai World Superseries finals. The win in Dubai lifted the sisters to the #1 spot in the world rankings. Crowds at the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre witnessed some world-class badminton at last month's Xiamen Air Australian Badminton Open. The annual MetLife BWF World Superseries tournament gave fans a showcase of top-quality action as some of the sport's biggest stars strutted their stuff. The transcendency of the event was not lost on the administrators of Badminton Oceania, as they capitalized on the occasion to organize a training camp and give some of the region's brightest talents the golden opportunity to get up close to the action. Naturally, an air of excitement filled the starstruck participants.
I'm really excited to see the Super Series competition.
The professionals are there, especially Chen Long.
They're my idols and I get to see them for the first or second time.
A lot of my idols are playing.
Fu Haifeng, Zheng Nan, yeah.
It's really cool to get to see them in real life and playing their badminton.
Our cameras dropped in at the practice courts of the Sports Centre to see how 24 under-15 shuttlers from Australia and New Zealand were enjoying the experience.
This is just like the best opportunity ever, and it's a great initiative to have really young kids here training together from 2 of our member countries and then seeing some of the best players in the world training alongside them and being able to watch them play matches.
So we've got a great initiative together with Badminton New Zealand and the organisers of the Australian Open Badminton to get all of the top under-15 players from across Australia and New Zealand together here at the event so they can have a training camp together while at the same time watching some world-class badminton.
Australia and New Zealand are the badminton heavyweights in Oceania, and although both nations are fierce rivals, they share a common goal in wanting to raise the standard of badminton in the region.
Both Australia and New Zealand have Danish coaches leading their senior players, and I think it was a combination of those 2 coaches talking and thinking what else can we do around a top event in Australia and how can we link into our young players, get them excited and just do more together as 2 member countries. New Zealand and Australia have a great link anyhow, and we might be competitors on the court, but off the court we certainly do a lot together because we are situated at the bottom of the world, so we need to work together.
Being in awe of their badminton idols is a given for any budding shuttler, but coaches are on hand to make sure their young chargers understand the real education behind the training camp.
To watch this Super Series, which is good example for them that everyone, the international player, they always move in only 1 or 1.5 step and always have in control of their movement. Whereas most of the junior at the moment they take everything quite late and they leave everything behind. They might look good, but it's not the way it is because in general you want to take the shuttle as early as possible.
For the players, the chance to rub shoulders with their trans-Tasman counterparts has made the experience worthwhile.
I think it's really good to train with the New Zealand team because we can learn what they do in training and see what their strengths and the different standards are.
We get to see how they play here, and we get to get exposed to different play styles and things like that.
But it's really cool because sooner or later we're all going to be doing the same thing, and it's just 2 different types of badminton working together.
Judging by the enthusiasm shown by the participants, this year's under-15 training camp has served its purpose well. With initiatives like this, badminton in Oceania is headed for a very exciting future.
It's a very limited badminton community in Australia, so to get some other players in from another country with a similar development philosophy as Australia is just great for them to develop their games further against some other competitions. So it's great that Australia and New Zealand as Oceania members can work together to try and really push up and move into the realms of those stronger badminton nations.
The Taipei Arena took center stage in Taiwan last week when it hosted the Yonex Open Chinese Taipei, and the Grand Prix Gold event served up enthralling battles in singles and doubles. An all-China affair in women's doubles started the ball rolling on finals day. Number 1 seeds Luo Ying and Luo Yu were up against compatriots Huang Dongping and Zhong Qianqing. The latter pair, who were only put together this year, gave the Luo sisters a run for their money. Ranked 120 places below the twins, the pair was relentless in pursuit of their first international title. After a grueling 46 minutes, Huang and Zhong claimed a well-deserved victory. Mixed doubles was next, and China's Zheng Siwei and Chen Qingchen faced Malaysia's Tan Kian Meng and Lai Peijing. Zheng and Chen were on the attack from the start, and the Southeast Asian duo could not handle the aggression and speed of their opponents. Tan and Lai had no answers for their barrage of shots and quick reflexes. The Chinese pair raced to victory in just 35 minutes, beating their opponents in straight games. 21-13, 21-16, the final score. Chinese Taipei's first gold of the evening came from women's singles. With local fans cheering her on, Tai Tzu-ying was galvanized when she took on her longtime nemesis, Wang Shixian from China. Wang's superior 7-4 head-to-head was not evident in this encounter. Tai had the Chinese shuttler sprinting to every corner of the court with her clever and diverse play. Although the two-time All England Open winner managed to keep the scores close in the first game, the Taiwanese had the edge. From there, the Kaohsiung-born shuttler was in cruise control and comfortably won the second game. The final score, 23-21, 21-6, and Tai reclaimed the title she won 4 years ago. In the men's singles, Zhou Tianchen gave the host country their second winner's medal. Aiming to be the first Taiwanese men's singles player to win on home soil since Feng Pramadi in 1999, Zhou was in fine attacking form. It was a close battle in the first game, but with rousing fans encouraging Zhou, the inspired world number 7 pulled away from his Chinese opponent, Qiao Bin, to grab the opener. Zhou carried his fine form into the second, and the Taipei native finished off the match with this shot. A well-deserved victory for a jubilant Zhou, who dropped to the ground in delight. The final score, 21-18, 21-17. In men's doubles, China's Li Chunhui and Liu Yuchen denied the hosts from claiming a third title. Local pair Chen Hongling and Wang Qilin came back from a game down to battle it out against Li and Liu in the decider. It was a tight third game with not much separating the two pairs. Chen and Wang kept the scores close and even saved 2 match points. But in the end, the Chinese pair had just that little extra in them. Li and Liu steadied the ship and won the rubber. The final score, 21-17, 17-21, 24-22. When we return, we speak to Mexico's top men's shuttlers, Lino Munoz and Job Castillo. Visit our YouTube channel, badmintonworld.tv. There are tournament highlights, plays of the day, as well as past matches to savor. Missed an episode of Badminton Unlimited? Do not fret. All the episodes are available for your viewing pleasure. All the best badminton clips are just a click away. Meet Lino Munoz and Job Castillo, Mexico's top badminton players in singles and doubles. Badminton Unlimited caught up with the pair when they were in Kunshan, China, when Mexico participated for the first time in the Thomas Cup.
I was so excited when we qualified. We were really excited because it's our first time here and we are gonna try our best here, enjoy the moment because this is one of the most important tournaments in badminton, so we want to enjoy it and play our best.
As a growing sport in Mexico, badminton is still trying to gain a foothold in a country passionate about football. So, Lino and Hob were thrilled that badminton got its day in the spotlight for a change.
Well, actually, in Mexico, badminton is not a big sport. We know that because in America it's still growing up, and they like, we were in the media a little bit, but not too much. Like a lot of people like don't
Not
know
too much as soccer.
Well, I mean, I guess it's good that we're playing these big events, so like more people can know that there's like badminton in Mexico, and that we're playing the most important event also.
Lino and Hob played an integral role in Mexico's success at the recent Pan Am Championships, a first ever men's team victory that sent them to the finals of the Thomas Cup this year. In a region where badminton has been traditionally dominated by Canada and the USA, Mexico's win was a notable achievement.
That win in Mexico for the Pan Am Champs was not only luck, it was like something we deserved.
We showed that we have a strong team. We won in the singles, the 3 singles, we won 3-0, and when we won, we just celebrate and running around, and it was like the perfect moment for us because it was our first time, and yeah, it was really good.
Both shuttlers were introduced to badminton at a young age and chose the racket game over other sports because they were drawn to the speed and agility of badminton.
I found badminton because I'm a member of a club, a private club in Mexico that has badminton courts. So first, like, I started playing baseball, then like a bit of football, but like I was never like into it like too much. Like I just wanted to play for fun. And then one day I went up to the badminton courts at my club, and like the national team of that time was playing there, and I just saw them playing, and like the way they moved, the way they dived, the way they smashed, and then I said to my mom that I want to start playing just like as a hobby, and then like I started playing and I started to win tournaments. I started to train like first 3 times a day, and then like the whole week, and then it became my life.
Well, my story is different. I started because my sister was a coach from the team. It was a team in Mexico, in my city, where it was starting the badminton. It was like developing, and my sister invited me to play because I was like 6 or 7 years old, and she saw that I was just laying down in my home watching TV, and she said, okay, you have to do some sports, let's come to play badminton. And since that moment I started to play, and I really like it.
Lino and Hob are Mexico's top 2 ranking players in men's singles respectively. But what's impressive is that they are also the nation's top men's doubles pair and are ranked 44th in the world. Not bad considering the two only got together by chance.
1 year before the Pan Am Games, I started playing with Hob, and it was only because of pure luck, because we only had 3 spots Mexico only had 3 spots for the Pan Am Games. So like we made a qualifier tournament, and it was only singles. So it was me, Hob, and another guy qualified, and then so like the coach said like, well, you guys are gonna pair up and play doubles. We didn't know if it was gonna work out or not, and at the end we got a medal, so it was surprising for us as well.
Primarily singles players, the bronze medal finish in men's doubles at the Pan Am Games last year was encouragement for the pair to continue in the doubles format.
Since last year we are doing really good in doubles. We didn't expect that because we don't train a lot of doubles, just we are focusing on singles. But when we start to play together, we have good results in the tournaments in America. And then, yeah, we start to play together, and we got a bronze medal in Pan Am.
And Mexico badminton recently grabbed the headlines in the country when it was confirmed that the nation will be represented in badminton at the Olympics. When Lino Munoz steps on court in Rio next month, it'll be a defining moment as the shuttler will make history as the first ever athlete from Mexico to compete in badminton.
It's good to be part of these big events like this. People can know that like badminton is also a good sport to play, and like also it's like a healthy way of life. You know, it's not only a sport for young people, also like middle or like old people can play it, and it's, I think, very healthy, and it's also very fun.
They've already tasted success on the continental level, and the boys are aiming for more. Lino Munoz and Hob Castillo are proud to fly the Mexican flag And hopefully we'll see more of them in the future on the global stage. Before we go, let's see how the international circuit looks as we check out the Badminton Unlimited calendar.
Hi, I'm Zhou Tiancheng. Watch me on Badminton Unlimited next week.
So join us as we sit down with Chinese Taipei's men's singles player Zhou Tiancheng as he tells us about the challenges in keeping up with the elite players. See you next week.